Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. During this video I'll be showing you a couple examples of how I usually backtest my strategies and what I get out of, and how I usually try to get the most out of my backtesting, get the most information from the testing that I do. So I'm going to be backtesting a strategy that I often promote on this channel, that I have shown on this channel. So that is the strategy with using retracements to get the most out of the markets. And if you haven't seen this video, check that out. I'm going to be doing a small summary if you haven't. So you need the RSI to be the overbought, you need moving averages to be aligned to give you the direction of the trade, and you also need moving average retracement. So you need price to retrace back to moving averages on the hourly charts. So that is basically a very quick summary of the strategy. So I got in front of me the Euro US dollar, which is a pair that I usually trade and like to trade, and I'm going to be showing you a couple examples of how I usually trade. So in most cases I like to go a bit further behind than the active market, so I'm going to completely ignore this downtrend and go on the previous trend instead. Another thing that I usually do is try to test one specific market condition. So for example, I'm going to be in this case trading and backtesting the trend markets. So we're going to be having a look at an uptrend right now. So that is one thing to keep in mind, because different conditions of markets have different results for your strategies. So keep that in mind. I also have these Google Sheets, which is what I usually use for gathering information and gathering results from my backtesting. So you can see that it's pretty similar to the journal that I have, if you have seen that video. And I have the main confluences, which are these three. So EMA alignment, RSI, and 100 EMA retracement. And I take that because uh, I have all those ticked because I wouldn't be placing any trade without all these being met. So the only way I'm going to be trading is if all these three are met. And then I have some extra confluences. So a trend line hit, support and resistance hit. Do I have a solid take profit and stop loss? And this is usually ticked, but I like to keep that included. And I'll also have confirmation and retest. Then I have result, which is the result of the trade. I have comments, which is very important to be commenting your results. So let's get to it, and I don't want to waste your time too much. So we have this range right here. You can see that after a downtrend, we reach into a range, and we kind of look to go in an uptrend, eventually go in an uptrend. So we're going to be looking for long trades around this area. So the first thing that I usually do when backtesting and also when trading live is going on to higher time frames and marking up areas. So you can see these orange lines are already marked for, so I don't have to waste your time. But you can see that they are areas of that price has respected before. So you can see this bottom one has been respected. These middle ones are also respected, and I use the daily and the 4-hour time frames to do that. And I also try to also have a look at the 1 hour as well. So the daily, the 4 hours, and also the 1 hour. And then once I mark up my areas, I'm going to be looking at the 1 hour to place my trades. So again, looking at this area right here, you can see after this triple bottom on this zone right here, we push back upwards onto an uptrend. So eventually price retraced back to this area. You can see RSI being oversold, and we got the EMA retracement. We got this kind of support on the 1 hour that has been respected recently, which is a nice an extra confluence for us. We don't have a trend line, I think in this example. So I'm going to be looking for a potential entry. What we're looking for in this case is maybe a retest, maybe a nice confirmation candle. It depends on what we're looking for. So getting my long position, I'm seeing price moving downwards with strong momentum in this case. So I will be a bit cautious when looking to place my entry. I'm not going to be placing on the first candle, not the second candle, but the third candle. And remember the third candle, because this chart I found personally that a lot of the times that I'm placing my trade has been on the third candle. So that is one thing that I've commented, and I found through my backtesting uh, that I usually adjusted for the specific pair to be trading off of. So again, targeting previous highs and placing my stop loss before this week right here. You can place it bit more aggressively. It depends on how you like to feel as a trader, how you feel like this trade is going to be going. So let's keep it around this area. And once it's this nice hammer candle, you can see the price tried to break through a couple times of the moving average, and we have long wicks, and then this hammer candle right here is a nice extra confidence for us to get into the trade, placing the trade, and eventually we will have gotten it. And you can see again, after 3 candles I placed my trade. After 3 candles in this case, so you can see 1 candle, 2 candles, and then we have an engulfing candle right here. Amazing. We place our entry, and we will have eventually gotten it. I will have been nice to get it on this week, but eventually we got it around this area. So we're looking again. RSI is oversold. RSI um, is down 20. You can, if you can remember, we adjusted our RSI so it's slightly different than the traditional one. We have the EMA retracement. In this case, it went beneath the moving averages, which is not something to be too worrisome about. I wouldn't mind that. So I will still be getting trades beneath or above the moving average, depending on the trend. So after the close, entering the trade, getting the trade. Great. Next example, we have these. You can see again retraced back out downwards. And in this case, you can see again strong momentum in this case. So I will be a bit more cautious to place my trade. So I don't think I will have gotten this specific one, because you can see the strong momentum, the break of the moving average, and I don't see too much momentum going on. So I will probably have avoided taking this specific trade. Um, but you, for example, will have gotten in around the 3rd candle, and you have gone great profit. So targeting again previous highs, and you will still have made profit, a lot of profit, if you were more aggressive with your take profit. You can see how far this trade will have gotten you. It depends obviously on how you approach trades and what type of trader are you. um I wouldn't probably have taken this trade, but it depends again. But you need to keep the same mentality, keep the same methods, keep the same approaches that you're doing on your backtesting for your live account. So if you are, let's say, taking this trade on your backtesting but not on your live account, you're probably missing out on the value of backtesting. So you need to be on the same procedure when backtesting. Obviously, don't take this trade because you know they will have gotten you, because you know the result for the backtesting. Obviously, you need to think like this is a live market and you don't know what is going on the right hand side. So if you're seeing this kind of momentum, I probably wouldn't have gotten this trade after seeing this strong momentum going downwards. But again, it depends on the trade and how I feel about it during the live market. So I probably wouldn't count this in my journal because I wouldn't be taking this trade. So it's important to keep the same methods consistent with your backtesting and on your live account. And obviously we need to be filling up our sheets here and gather our results. Obviously with 2 or 3 trades, we can't gather any noticeable results or any noticeable patterns for the pair. But for example, I know for a fact that I find myself trading this specific pair on the 3rd candle close, because this is how this chart has been working out, and this is how I spotted uh, a pattern forming. But it all depends on how you view things and how you enter things. I like to enter on the 3rd candle, and this is, for example, a result that I found from my previous backtesting of this specific pair. um that resulted in me in helping me out tracking and seeing how the chart is working and how the pairs kind of have tendencies that I like to keep following and getting my trades in. So for example, my comments after closing up my backtesting would have been, okay, I've noticed that, for example, after 3 candle closes on the upside, in this case or the downside depending on the trend, I will be placing my trades and I will have gotten strong trades. So that is, for example, a pattern that or a comment that you can make from your backtesting. Or for example, you can see after seeing strong momentum, it's maybe possible that price might be reversing. So you can see a couple times price pushed downwards aggressively with strong momentum candles, but eventually broke back upwards. So that is one thing that also can be noticed as a pattern. Again, right here, going downwards with momentum candles and then breaking up again. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Also, Another observation that you can do for this specific chart is that the moving averages usually gets crossed beneath and then back up, so it's not as respected as a, let's say, a solid support or resistance zone. So you can probably be looking to get into trades after going the price going beneath the moving average on a downtrend or above the moving average in an uptrend. So that is a couple of observations that I have for this specific pair, but you need to backtest, track your results, have some comments, and then kind of do a small analysis of your findings for each pair that you probably help you out when going live into the markets. So this is how I usually backtest, looking at one pair at a time, looking at try to spot tendencies and try to spot strong resistance zones that I can help can use. For example, afterwards you can see these zones have been used multiple times and again are relevant still in the market. So you can see I'm currently on a live market right now, and you can see that this zone right here has been again respected and is trying to push price down. So this is my thoughts and my methods that I use for backtesting. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe onto the channel. Have a good rest of your day and goodbye.